Welcome everybody, Court and Culture. Appreciate y'all for being here. It's our new episode. Now tune in, like, share, subscribe.
Fuck Ben Simmons, man. What's going on? I got some. I want to say I got some negative feedback from last episode that we had about a few clips that we got out there about me being too hard on LeBron. That actually was one of the ones that did pretty well on TikTok. The whole sciatica thing and LeBron James. But what do you think about that though, dude? Is it real or is he bluffing?
I think it's real. I don't think you want to bluff on something like that.
I heard it's painful.
It is painful. It's a nerve injury that you typically have. So it's something that's typically in your lower back. So it's definitely something that's absolutely painful. But I don't think he's faking it. Now as far as what would probably be faked, I'd probably say is how much pain or degree he might be in. Whereas if he needs to be in the game, he's LeBron James. So we ideally already know like he doesn't really need to be there the whole entire season. He just needs to show up for the games they really need so they can get to the playoffs.
Yeah, I want to say he's just taking the medications for it. He's on painkillers, so he's fine. He's not feeling a lot of it. If it's sciatica and a little bit of research that I've seen, it has to do with one of the main nerves that travels through your body. And if you take painkillers for it, you block that communication that is affecting your nerves. This
guy spends mad money on his body. You know, I don't think that's gonna be something that he's gonna be really playing with, especially since his sciatica. So I'm sure a man of his age, he doesn't know, but I'm sure he's taking steps and precautions to make sure he can, get rid of it or obviously have it at least not as an issue for him going into the rest of the season.
I wonder if that's even curable. Like, do you just control it at this age? Is it moderate?
It's just treatment. Treatment you have to do.
It goes away after treatment?
It does go away after some time. When I was reading up a little bit on it, they were saying it was something along the lines of it takes time. Some requires treatment depending on how much of a degree of an issue it is. It may not be treatable, depending on how bad the nerve injury essentially is. But I think, like I said, again, a lot of money, spends hundreds of thousands of dollars on his body alone just to make sure.
$1 million this season.
Yeah, he's up there. So I'm sure sciatica to him, the people that probably look at his chart are probably like, oh, LeBron got sciatica? Go ahead and give him the pill.
Yeah, go ahead and give him the bill.
You already know which pill it is.
Give him the bill too, right after that.
So,
but no, I think he'll be fine. I mean, to people personally that actually deal with this, I'm sure it's excruciating pain. I personally have had nerve damage before, never had sciatica, but I understand the pain and the uncontrollable tolerance level that you probably need to have to be able to not or survive something like that. But moving on though, what we got next on that list, bro? What they want to hear about?
I don't know if you heard Malcolm Brogdon, your boy. I should
say
my boy.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. You seen that?
Go ahead, man. Tell them what he did.
That man retired. 9 years. I'm a little shocked on that, honestly.
9 years?
Yeah, I mean
9 years. Ben Simmons been crying for 9 years. Ben Simmons been in the league almost 9 years, bro. If not 9 years, he hasn't played. He played like 3 games. 9 years is not enough for you to retire, bro.
He did it like at 10 years. He was short as what he was right now. If he had stayed in the league and not retired until after that 10-year mark, he would have gotten all NBA benefits. Obviously,
that sucks, bro. You missed out on your benefits for one more season.
It is kind of interesting because they fought hard. The platform, not the platform, sorry, but NBA, as far as the Players Association, they fought really hard to get those benefits once you reach that 10-year minimum. So
I know you don't like conspiracy, but what if the Knicks because his contract was not guaranteed. So what if the Knicks was just like, yo, bro, just put in your 2 weeks because we're going to fire you anyways. Go out honorably. We only have so many spots on the roster. We saw what happened with Shaman and the other guy.
I mean, in a what-if scenario, it'd be crazy, but I mean, he was going to be in rotation. They made that known.
So
he was actually going to be
Malcolm
the backup.
Brogdon in rotation. What would happen to Shaman?
Shaman is not a point guard.
It's still the matter of the fact was that they only had a certain amount of.
He would have still been included in the roster.
You think so?
Yeah, he still would have been included in the roster. It's someone else that they recently just picked up that they had to add now because now they took out Malcolm Brogdon. So Shaman was only fighting for a spot because there was another person in his same position that was also kind of someone they needed. 3-point shooter. Malcolm Brogdon had his spot for already secure because he was a backup point guard, and they needed that for the New York Knicks, someone to back up Jaylen Brunson.
I agree. So I heard Malcolm Brogdon say something that's pretty honorable. He did say he gave the game all that he could. He didn't say that it was the best career ever. He wasn't like bragging about what he did or what he didn't do. He was honest about it, transparent, and he said, "Hey man, like I can't do this much longer." And I think it's much better than getting hurt, quote unquote, mid season and then just sitting out just to ride out that money.
Yeah.
So it's an honorable way to go out. I actually was, I had some.
He's in the elite club too, that 50, 40, 90 club.
The fuck is that?
So 50, 40, 90, if you're not too familiar with it, essentially, it's if you're shooting over 50%, you're shooting over 40% as far as a percentage level, and then free throw percent over 90%. So
50 in field
goal,
40,
and then 40 and 3 points.
3 points.
And then free throw over 90%. Only a rare few were in there. Larry Bird, your boy Steph Curry, Kevin Durant were in there. So only a few players in there, but
but he's played 9 seasons.
That is true. I agree. But how many other players have probably played less and doesn't even have that?
That guy played, if that, considering he's been hurt before, maybe 500 games.
Six-man award winner.
I'm saying is he's probably in career.
Or was it rookie of the year? I'm sorry.
Career-wise, he's probably played from 600 to 700 games.
I'm not sure how many games he might have played, but I mean, hey, if you're in that club, you know how it is, man. This league is nothing but statistics. They find any type of statistics. If they figure that you're like essentially like a good player, I guess, in their eyes, they're gonna find a statistic that's gonna glorify you.
I mean, that's not a bad group to be in. To be in the 50, 40, 90 group with Steph Curry, Kevin Durant,
Larry Bird.
That's not a bad group to be in.
Ideally, like you mentioned, all three of those players have more than 10 years on their belt.
Yeah, and they're still going. So, I mean, shout out to Malcolm Brogdon, bro. I've heard of him a few times. He had a few all right seasons, but
I was looking forward to him as a backup for the Knicks because, Jaylen Brunson, they don't really have an ideal backup point guard right now, which is kind of disappointing. They wanted it to be Miles McBride.
Jaylen don't need a backup, bro.
You gotta have someone out there to back him up. Dude, he can't be the only person out there. He's gonna get beat up, dude.
He's in New York, bro. His team's not gonna let him get beat up. You got OG out there.
I mean, every team has a backup point guard at this point. Honestly, I mean, you got, for example, like a OKC. They got Alex Caruso.
Who was AI's backup? We don't know.
We're talking about different era now. I'm talking about modern era, though.
No, what I'm doing is I'm comparing Jaylen Brunson's game to an Allen Iverson's game. Where
I can't do that.
Where some would say he ain't need a Robin.
No.
Now, granted, AI did not win a chip.
You're comparing two different people, man. AI compared to Jaylen Brunson, two different
You don't
players.
feel like they have the same game?
Not at all, no.
No?
No. What do you... Allen Iverson and Jaylen Brunson?
Go ahead. What's the difference?
Absolutely
Jaylen Brunson's a better three-point shooter.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that. But Allen Iverson was an animal. We haven't seen that yet with Jaylen Brunson. Now, is he a clutch player as what he's won the award? Absolutely. But comparing him to Allen Iverson, he's not met that legacy just yet.
If people are all right comparing Anthony Edwards to Michael Jordan, then we should be all right doing the Jaylen Brunson AI comparison.
And then, as a matter of fact, Allen Iverson, he's gone to the NBA Finals before. He didn't win it, no, but Jaylen Brunson hasn't yet to do that.
He almost did last two seasons.
But I mean, if you want to say we're comparing, I can't compare him to Allen Iverson just yet. He's not.
Wait till my boy brings that ring to New York, man.
Well, if he brings that ring, that'd be something that Allen Iverson wasn't able to do. I'll be thankful for that. Absolutely.
And then he would then, I mean, then that's a question. Would Jaylen Brunson be considered to be, at this point, better overall than Allen Iverson if he won a championship this season?
If he won a championship this season, is he better overall? Yes.
Yeah. Average third and an MVP?
He's already done more in the playoffs, I think, than Allen Iverson has as far as scoring more 40-point games.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I'll say that. But if he gets a chip, yeah, he's absolutely going to be, in my opinion, a better player over an Allen Iverson. You bring a championship to New York City.
I'll be in New York, man.
You're an all-star. The only thing he'd be missing from his belt, really, at that point, if he gets a chip, is MVP.
Yeah, which I think he could be close to it. The guy's
And honestly, if you're winning a chip, I would hope that you're.
He showed us in preseason he could drop 30 in the last game of the preseason when it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, so he showed us that elite talent, but I just want to see that chip at this point.
All right, that's fine. But we were talking about Brogdon. Hopefully he has a great retirement, an honorable one.
Yeah,
Him.
Shout out to him. I hope the best for him. I mean, it's nice to see at least an NBA player to be able to retire at such a young age and have it kind of figure it out and know what he wants to do. And be that as it may, I mean, yeah, his career may not have been like I would say a Hall of Fame type of career or anything, but he did his thing in the NBA. He didn't have a shit career as some may know of others. So I'll give him his flowers.
And I mean, now that you did mention somebody who retired at a good point, we could move on to your boy Paul Pierce, somebody who still has yet to retire from separating himself from basketball. We don't like him,
all right? He knows we don't like him, and guess New York, what? We don't like you.
Yeah. Paul Pierce is not like the New York for sure. I mean, that's known. That's
you don't like us neither, and that's fine.
But he did have some crazy comments on Club Shay channel. I'm not sure if you got to watch that interview.
I saw the interview. I don't know what he's thinking. I think it's maybe it's because I have a little bit of a bias. Honestly, it's probably why I think that maybe I've overlooked Paul Pierce in his career, and I did have to dive a little bit deeper, dig a little bit deeper, and see who is Paul Pierce? Like why he feels that he was or how he feels.
I don't feel like he had the career he claims he had.
I wanted to know, so I looked it up, and I just don't see it. He's claiming that if he was a little bit younger, that LeBron James would never have won those 2 rings in Miami.
Absolutely, he would have had absolutely no chance of stopping that.
He
also made a bold statement and said he was better than D Wade a few years back. Presently too at that point.
But that's bold. I mean, you had your time. You can first of all to say you would have been better than LeBron James is insane. Yeah. As you see what he's done right now.
Nobody can stop him. What makes you think you would?
At the age he's now, no one's stopping him. What makes you think if you would have been 2 years younger, you would have been able to stop him? No. Come on, it just doesn't make any sense.
No.
So that's done. As far as the D Wade comparison to if he's better or if D Wade's better than him.
I think D Wade's better than Paul Pierce.
Going D Wade.
Yeah, I think D Wade's better.
Some
would say that D Wade's only had a better career because he had LeBron James with him, so it made it easier.
Yeah, but let's not forget D Wade also won the championship without LeBron.
And Paul Pierce had Kevin Garnett.
And Ray Allen.
And
Rajon Rondo.
Ray Allen was the best 3-point shooter at the time. Kevin Garnett by far was the most fearful defender.
The big ticket.
Yeah, he was guy came out in an Adam Sandler movie.
Come on, man. You can't claim that you're better than someone when like
I'm mad.
In both
scenarios. Not mad because I'm not a fan, but they should have gone back to back. They should have won 3-peats.
Yeah, I agree. So I mean, it's a coulda, shoulda, woulda type of deal. Really, don't claim something like that if it didn't happen. To say that if you were 2 years younger over a LeBron James that you would have been better.
That's like saying like you and Kobe can be even compared in the same sentence.
It just doesn't.
Or Paul Pierce and Michael Jordan can be put in the same sentence. That's bullshit, bro.
Yeah,
Paul Pierce is talking out of the side of his mouth.
That's like saying a good example would be like a Tom Brady or a Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, as great as he was, he couldn't beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, but even Pat Mahomes is better than Paul Pierce's legacy. Like Pat Mahomes at least fucking brought in a few chips.
Yeah, I agree.
Under his belt, his leadership. I think that season that they did win the chip.
But the point to my argument, if Pat Mahomes would have been the same age he was and the same payment if Paul Pierce would have made, if let's say Tom Brady was 2 years younger at that time, Pat Mahomes is still not beating a Tom Brady.
No.
That's the comparison I was making.
Yeah, I get it.
So when you compare like a GOAT like a LeBron James on the basketball court and a GOAT like on the football field with Tom Brady, like age really doesn't matter. Those guys are at an elite type of level.
They're playing as long as they're gonna play the game. They're playing.
Realistically, like level. Age is not really a factor for them, and that's a rare thing in most sports. Is rare for age not to be a factor.
I feel like that's compound work ethic, though. I feel like that is the result of continuous work ethic. Yes, you're born with natural talent. Can't control the fact that you're 6'10", 6'9", whatever it is, 250. But compound work ethic is what got LeBron to be LeBron. He did start out to be amazing, but worked on IQ level, worked on his game, worked on his team, like being able to build team camaraderie and like create the environment that he can perform the best in.
Yeah.
So I think LeBron matured throughout, but that's compound interest for his hard work. And Paul Pierce, quite frankly, bro, was not even the best player on that team.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was one
when
of
they
them,
won the
but
chip.
he wasn't. The best player on that team, in my personal opinion, probably would have been Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, it's Kevin Garnett. Yeah. And Ray Allen was, of course, the best shooter on the team.
Best shooter, by far. Paul Pierce,
the
not
clutch
saying
player on the team.
Didn't say he didn't play a role, but he wasn't the best player on that team. So to say that if 2 years younger, it just doesn't really make sense much to me. So I think he's just really running his mouth trying to get some, maybe I wouldn't say clout, but really just, trying to be a little bit relevant in a sense.
I feel like it's something very common with the Club Shay thing. It's just like once people go in there, they want to have that Cat Williams moment, and they want to go ahead and blow up and like take that opportunity to say some outrageous thing.
Which, I mean, I was kind of saying too, I feel like I said bitter, and bitter is probably a bad word to say, but I feel like a lot of these, actors, athletes, comedians, like a lot of them that are in that age range now, they're all kind of coming out of the closet, so to speak, and everything's just like they're just trying to either start a drama or bring up shit that's happened in the past.
But it's not the greats though. The greats have no comment to me. Like the legends, the people who like know where they stand in any sport, in anything that they do, they don't have to come out and use that comparison to them. In fact, they're probably tired of it. I think MJ has that famous thing where he's just like, they keep comparing the Steph Curry to Magic Johnson. They keep doing the Anthony Edwards with me, the LeBron with me, the Kobe with me. Like, I don't want to speak on these things. These guys are, in fact, he says that they're all phenomenal. They're all generational talent in their own ways. And same thing with Tom Brady. Like, you don't hear him saying like, I'm the best quarterback in the league.
But the reason why, the reason why Michael Jordan is doing that is I think Michael Jordan has built this mystique with himself and this image that, how it is with media. If Michael Jordan comes out and he were to say in his eyes that Steph Curry is not the greatest three-point shooter, everyone would flame Michael Jordan immediately.
Because that's false.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's false.
My point.
So, but if he would come out and say something that is true.
Or what if, let's switch it up. What if he said, that he feels that the next GOAT would be Anthony Edwards?
But this is the thing. That's the part that I like. Is that as the GOAT, as the person that we consider the generational type, the face of the NBA and Michael Jordan, he does not feel the need to come out and like banter, have the conversation of who's the next me. Maybe in the back of his head, he selfishly does not want the next him to come out, which whatever, that's a different conversation. But at the end of the day, it's the greats that don't come out to kind of like do this comparison thing.
Yeah, I feel like he just doesn't want to mix in with that. It's like, it's kind of like kids you can have.
Yeah, like Paul Pierce saying that he's better than D Wade is in a way saying that him and D Wade are in the same category, which already puts Paul Pierce right next to wherever D Wade ranks at in the top 75. Whereas potentially we had him higher. Yeah. But because now you made your comparison with D Wade, that's where you made your bet at, right where D Wade is at. Whereas Michael Jordan, if he chooses to do his comparison and say, I don't think Stephen Curry is better than me. I don't think he's had the legacies. He doesn't have as much rings as I do. He doesn't have as much scoring talent. Now what is LeBron doing? Saying that what is Michael Jordan doing? That there is an argument. That there is. He's agreeing of the fact that we can argue this point. The fact that he doesn't answer is saying to me, in my opinion, that he's not even like entertaining it.
Yeah, it's not
better than me. Where? Like, what do you guys saw? I've been up here for so long.
It's like that infamous picture. I don't know if you've ever seen with Bill Russell. When they talk about who's got so many rings, and they got Bill Russell all the way up there, Jordan, and then there's a few that are down there, and it's like he says at the top, "Kids, please," because it's like you're not even in my league. More than my
He's
both
probably
hands.
like hoping somebody comes up to join him before he passes away. Yeah. He's probably like, LeBron, come up, retire, bro. So leading in points or whatever. But that's my opinion on it. But I know we did have some talk about
So Paul Pierce not underrated, huh? You don't think he's underrated? You think he's overrated?
Paul Pierce is overrated for
Overrated?
sure. Bro. Yeah, but he overrates himself. I don't think nobody else talks about Paul Pierce as much as Paul Pierce does.
Yeah, I agree. He was a great player at the time, but I think he just voiced himself a little bit too much, which ain't nothing wrong with that. I guess you gotta have some pride in yourself, but
You didn't change the game.
at some point you didn't change. You didn't change the game. At some point you gotta humble yourself and be like, all right, there were players that were better than you.
Yeah, bro, and they're not out here with a microphone in front of them going crazy.
Yeah, it's not really necessary. But I want to kind of move on. Like we talk about a little bit of players, some of the new stuff going on. I seen some extensions. Keegan Murray, I believe, just got an extension not too long ago with Sacramento Kings. Unfortunately, injured right now, but it just got me thinking like
Sacramento Kings. You said?
Yeah, Sacramento
Damn, they
Kings.
just handing out money. How much they gave him?
Man, I think it was like 100 something million, 140 million if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
bro.
140
I
million.
picked the wrong profession.
I mean, I feel like that's how it is.
Murray got 140 million.
140 million extension. I feel like that's how it is though. Like I feel like you got Jason Tatum over there 300 something million.
That's Jason Tatum.
Hang on, you got Jaylen Brown up there. So I feel like the standard now, if you're an all-star or that type of player, a franchise type player in that category, I feel like you get that 300 to higher 200 type level play.
Are we
or
giving
money.
Keegan Murray
I don't know if
franchise player?
No, but he's not. 140 is. That's what I'm getting to. Is
okay,
140 isn't necessarily a franchise. I'm saying like I feel like that's the standard I've been noticing when it comes to these extensions with players that.
Kuminga was fighting for 40 mil.
But how much did he get? Didn't he get was it 100?
He got less than what he was supposed to get. No lie. What they did was
Maybe they just felt that his role on that team wasn't what he was worth.
They were giving him 4 years, however something 100 million. And he was like, no, I want this much.
Mm-hmm.
So all they did was reduce it to 2 years and take out the amount of money that it was and kept it the same. They just reduced the years, reduced the money, kept it the same. He was like, yeah, that looks good. So he just broke it in half. Say it was 120 mil. They went to 2 years, 60 mil. He said, yeah, I'll take that. Why would you take the 2 mil instead of the guaranteed 4?
You can argue there's a couple different things, a couple factors. I mean, different agents maybe. I don't know if they got the same agents. So.
He must have fucking.
Could be that.
What's this guy's name? He must have
Rich
the
Paul?
agent. No. He must have the agent of
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. You knew where I was going with that one.
The one that gave him up.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
he must have a lot of time in his hands.
I'm not sure
right now
how that plays a role. I think Keegan Murray is a pretty good. He's a role player the Sacramento Kings like, and I think that's why they gave him the 140 extension, because I see like prior to the departure of their previous coach Mike Brown, now with the New York Knicks, they were building some type of culture over there, and I could see Keegan Murray was one of those pieces that they fit in a sense where you got LeBron James and you got Luka over on Lakers.
Yeah, but they let go of the main guys,
So they got Austin Reeves that kind of comes in as that filler that can score. Keegan Murray is that filler that can score.
But Sacramento had a face. They let him go, and now I don't know what they're doing. They went old.
Yeah, they got obviously DeMar DeRozan.
They got Westbrook.
They got Westbrook now, and then they also have Zach LaVine. You're right. I mean, I think maybe they did the extension with Keegan Murray because you mentioned like they're older. Maybe Keegan Murray's a younger guy. He can shoot the ball. He can play some pretty decent defense. Maybe they give him the extension with the guy, work with him a little bit more. He gets more elite.
I think Sacramento is not developing their players. I think the Sacramento Kings are developing.
I don't think the Kings are doing anything right over there.
I think
that franchise is just.
I think the Sacramentos are fucking building their PT staff. They're working on like their fucking medical staff and trying to get them better. Because all you did was hire a whole bunch of senior citizens.
I just don't know why they're doing it though. It's like you had a coach that was great, that took you through the playoffs. You went up against Golden State. Yeah, you lost. Then you didn't start off he didn't start the season too hot with them, but was still built that great culture with the team. You fired him. Then you trade your franchise player De'Aaron Fox to San Antonio Spurs. So you keep him on the West, so he's still going to be someone that you see at least 3-4 times a season. So now you got to deal with that. So I don't know what direction they're really.
To the Spurs.
Yeah, like I don't really know what direction the Kings are going in. Honestly, it's a little bit confusing. I mean, you got a Chicago Bulls 2.0 with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine together again. So I don't know what's up with that. And then now you got Westbrook in the mix. I'm not sure.
I ain't hating on Keegan Murray though. He got his.
So I think that's why they put their faith in Keegan Murray and gave him that extension. Maybe make sure that the young talent don't sway and go someplace else. Because best believe if Keegan Murray goes someplace else, he'll definitely be a piece. I mean,
Yeah, but it ain't on Keegan Murray whether or not he deserves that money. If they paid him, take it. Don't leave it on the table.
yeah,
Fuck it.
that's the truth. That's true. But I was a little shocked to see that. I'm noticing a lot of. I don't know if they consider him a corner piece or a franchise, but I am noticing a lot of these extension with some of these younger players. It seems to be in that 100 and 150 million, ballpark. It seems
Must
to
be
be.
something to do with inflation, but that's pretty crazy.
I guess so, man. It is some crazy things. But I did also see some other things. I know y'all Celtics fans might be a little worried, but y'all already got no Jason Tatum. Porzingis was obviously traded. They obviously got a Cornet moved over to San Antonio Spurs. Picked up an Anthony Simons, so they try to get a little bit there, but they did give up a Drew Holiday. But now you also notice Jaylen Brown went out in the preseason with that hamstring.
I did see
So
that.
little thing I'm concerned about right now with him is that he had some hamstring issues going into the playoffs just last season. So that might be something, could be a reoccurring injury. Obviously, it doesn't seem like there's been much reported on it right now. So it just seems like they're gonna probably tend to the wounds essentially, and it's kind of make sure they're monitoring it, do light workouts. But it does beg the question that should they be in like a rebuild or something? Like,
Yeah, no,
what you think?
unfortunately, I don't know if they necessarily need to rebuild anything other than just tend to what's broken. They already had like a great organization, a great team. I just think they don't have to sit this one out this season.
Where do you think the Celtics gonna be at? I mean, with this hamstring injury, I
They're
mean, we
they're
don't
gonna
know.
they're gonna be somewhere on that ranker that doesn't matter. It's not relevant to the playoffs.
Really. So playing, we saying
They're not gonna be in a playing team.
not a playing team.
No, I mean they don't. They lost the two people who you build your offense around, who puts fear in people's hearts. Like now, the best they can do is be a creeper team. Be one of those teams who like comes from behind and like gets the eighth seed in the play-ins, barely. But I don't think they'll be an over 500 team. I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean, it does give a chance and opportunity for a lot of the players there to have to step up. I mean, if it's going to be Jaylen Brown in and out of injury, depending on, if he's going to be consistent throughout the season, I mean, what other player you think is going to have to step up on that team
I
then?
mean, the only one they got is Derrick White, really, to step up like that.
I like that boy Derrick White. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, that's your most. What is it? What you got him as most improved player of the
I got him,
year?
I got him set down for most improved player for this season, to be honest with you. And honestly, I'll cut straight to it. I honestly think he might even be a first-time All-Star this season, too.
You think so?
Yeah.
After all the times they've done the Celtics dirty.
You
Well,
mean the Knicks?
actually-
You mean the Knicks 30?
Well, Knicks too, but actually, Derek White did make the USA team. So, I mean, that
Oh, he
is
did.
a
That's right.
potential.
I feel like he might be a first-year All-Star this season. I mean, right now, if he's ever had a chance, it's got to be now because it's based upon he's going to be in the Eastern Conference for one. I think it's East versus West, unless they do the World versus the USA. I'm not sure how they're running it this season, but if it's a East versus traditional, East versus West, Eastern don't really got that many, All-Stars
Are
right
you
now.
really like gonna leave out my boy OG like that?
Bro, I'm not leaving out OG, but if we talking about All-Stars are named based off of their offense. They're not named based off of their defense.
I mean, my boy, I feel like my boy's gonna come in and do his 16,
No,
16, 8, and 3.
that's not gonna get you All-Star though.
That's gonna get OG an All-Star.
No, not at all. An All-Star.
What's his position on the books?
He's
The three?
playing 3, sometimes a 4. If you're gonna be at that position, the 3 or the 4, you got to be doing at least over 20 points. I need to
I
be
feel like
seeing
I don't
20
have-
points, 8 rebounds,
I feel like I don't see anyone.
4
of his-
assists, 5 maybe.
I don't see who's gonna stay out his way. And he could have better. He could average more than what I'm saying. I feel like OG is like a Kuminga.
Yeah, but you gotta
a shooter.
understand though, like there's only so much room for All-Stars. They're already gonna have 2 off rip that's gonna come out of the Knicks, which is gonna be Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. There's not too many times where you see 3 All-Stars from the same team make it into an All-Star game.
Golden State, Draymond, Clay, and Steph.
That's not too many times. I didn't say it happened.
Actually, Steph, Kevin Durant, Clay.
In All-Star game,
I'm sure they did it. I'm sure they played all 3 together.
Draymond was in an All-Star game.
Draymond's made an All-Star appearance. One,
Who's-
one, I think. I want to say
All-Star game?
I want to say Draymond's made an All-Star appearance. I'm not so sure.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
I gotta check on
but
that.
also, bro, you mentioned first time All-Star, bro. You really gonna also put you're gonna put him over Chet on OKC? You don't think Chet deserves to be an All-Star?
He's not a first time. I mean, he'll be
He'll be a first time All-Star. He didn't.
He'll be deserving of it, but again, that's on the West. I'm talking about the East.
That is true. Okay. I'll give you that. I'm still going to stick with OG, though.
There's not too many people that are going to be on there. And if it is, I mean, he'll get in a slim chance. But you have LaMelo Ball that's going to possibly be in the All-Star game, obviously. You got Trae Young that's going to possibly be in there. Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns. Potentially maybe even a Bam Adebayo this year. Who else?
They went 0-5 in the preseason.
That's preseason, so I mean, we only talk about the preseason. It is sad, but we're in the season now, and realistically, he's going to be the only person on the team
I'd want to see
until
what he
Tyler
does.
Hero comes back. That's going to really be considered All-Star. So it's a slim window of how many people are going to be in that roster for All-Star, really. And obviously, it's very early to tell, but I think D White. This is going to be his all-star time. I mean, if you're looking at the team he's on the Celtics. The TP players that are on that team, as far as the best players, he's one of the best next to Jaylen Brown, given that Jason Tatum is hurt. There's nobody else on that team that's going to be considered one of the best players on that team. You can say Peyton Pritchard maybe, but Peyton Pritchard, if he may be coming off the bench, he might be starting depending on how the lineup looks.
Most improved player, I can probably give him that because he's going to have a chance. First time All-Star in the East, I don't think so. I think he has a lot of competition.
Against who?
What's his position?
He's a shooting guard, point guard.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
With who?
Well, you got Jaylen Brunson, you got...
That's one.
And then going behind him is going to be Trae Young, guaranteed.
That's two.
Shooting guard. Bro, I feel like even if Jaylen Brown gets more than half of the season, he's going to be better than
I don't know where he sits as far as position. I think they have him between the 2 and the 3.
I think they have Nets too.
So it really that depends too. You left out Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham
too. I left out a few people, I'm sure.
But I could see him being that All-Star team.
You got
I don't know if it's position based
Tyrese
either with the
Maxey.
All-Stars.
You have Tyrese Maxey's and who they have. What's VJ Ekholm, a small forward? He's a 3?
Big as fuck.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I'd like to see what he does, man, but I wouldn't give him first-time All-Star this year.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm going with that, man. Most improved player for sure, and I'm definitely going to be going well with first-time All-Star for sure. I mean, you mentioned Chet. Why you think Chet's going to be a All-Star?
I feel like he had a solid year last year.
Yeah, in the Western Conference though, how are you going to think he's going to do that? A lot of superstars and All-Stars in the West.
Well, you know, he can come off the bench. I didn't say he was going to be a starter now.
Who?
Chet.
Chet is a starter.
No, I said an All-Star game.
Oh, All-Star game. Oh, that's his bench. Oh, yeah. Okay. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're still an All-Star when you come off the bench.
I wonder who would be the All-Star starters this year for the West.
That's interesting. That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
We'd have to look at how the season kind of plays out, at least starts out, because as we've seen, few injuries. We know there's a few players out. So, you know, that's to be determined, honestly.
Speaking of players, I keep seeing a lot of this talk about Luka Dončić possibly going to be making an MVP run this year. I'm saying it as if like he's going to make a run like it's a candidacy type shit. But how you feel about that? You think Luka MVP, like this could be a year for him?
Luka could have a really strong year this year, bro. Luka could really make this his year, considering the fact that LeBron James is out for the beginning of the season a little bit. Luka could really build momentum. I mean, we know what he could do. He's healthier now. He's playing in a great organization. He has some great support system, like team behind him. You got Austin Reeves.
Yeah, but they got DeAndre Ayton talking about how they didn't have that chemistry.
That's fine. He's too dramatic. DeAndre Ayton is being a little bit emotional right now. We're gonna allow him to be who he wants to be, but ultimately, Luka's gonna take over on that team, and all he's gonna need is for you to set picks and roll, bro. It's not gonna be much to your job, DeAndre, and rebounds. All right, so Now, this could definitely be one of Luka's season. I mean, we've seen him
What do you need
drop
to see from him?
buckets. What?
What do you need to see from him? Like, what do you guys see from Luka for him to get MVP this year? You know, you got
Keep Lakers as a top 3 team in the West and average over 33 points for this season. 33 and 10.
33 and 10, so 10 assists, 33 points.
Yeah, you could even give me 30 and 10. You can give me 30 and 10, and that's unanimous MVP season.
You think now the thing is MVP, it is also based upon like a winning team, and it's yes and no.
If he's third, if the Lakers, that's what I said. He would have to keep the Lakers within the top 3.
So you think the Lakers make top 3 this season? That would be the question.
It's tough, man.
Because because if Luka needs to be if Luka's going to be considered an MVP, he would need to be on a team that's going to be at an elite level. And is the Lakers at that elite level enough to be in that top 3?
It's tough. It's tough to tell if the Lakers are going to make it to that top 3. I'll tell you what, though, if Luka does average over 30, Lakers could be in the top 3. There's more of a probability that the Lakers will be in the top 3.
Though? LeBron, I mean, I did mention,
well, you need the other pieces to come in. Austin Reeves need to give you, a solid 18 without LeBron.
I like Austin Reeves, dude.
I like Austin Reeves too. He's good.
You know, I know we mentioned on him before a couple as far as like if he's like a pillar or one of the I don't want to say franchise player because franchise player is too much of a weight to give him because he's not a franchise player. But the franchise is looking to him to be that third option or that essentially that option when they need someone to score. So when you have a franchise that's looking at that, you're considered to have some value to the team.
Yeah, they have some expectation for Austin Reeves.
They got some expectations for him, but I do like seeing Austin Reeves out there. He needs to be that guy when he's playing, especially if you're gonna have LeBron James. That potentially you got to look forward to the fact that he may not play consistently the whole season. LeBron's at that age now where realistically you don't really need to have him out there the whole entire season.
Yeah, no, I think he provides.
If he gets into the playoffs, just get him in there.
He provides value even with low minutes. He provides value with just being on the court.
Exactly.
Provides value with just being suited up, ready to go. Like just that could put fear into opponents' hearts. Not knowing if LeBron's gonna play, like I think just LeBron's presence in itself at the Lakers right now is enough. If we see him a few games or low minutes to kind of, keep him moderated.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of low minutes. I can already see that.
I mean, it might be his last year. I don't think he wants to go out like that. I think he may want to give it all he got.
I don't think it's going to be his last year. He's got a really solid run for a good championship run right now, I think. You got a Luka Dončić who's, as we all know, slimmer now. So he's cut down. He just came off playing Euro basketball, so he's going to have that conditioning. So he's going to be ready to go. That they got that game going on coming up there on I believe it's gonna be on Tuesday. So a few things that I'm excited to see with him. But LeBron now has a center in the DeAndre Ayton that's also out there who now it kind of helps free up having a big man because before it was Jackson Hayes who's still there, but now he's not playing that role all himself. They got an elite DeAndre Ayton out there that's going to potentially kind of help down in the paint, which you're going to need when you face a team like an OKC who has an Isaiah Hartenstein or even a Chet Holmgren, or even a team like when it comes to OKC or Houston, who I saw recently, they're going to be starting with a pretty tall lineup. So essentially, you're gonna need someone down there in the paint to help you out, get those rebounds. And I think when you put a Luka with a LeBron, this is probably, I don't want to say the best version of Lakers because
no, it's still Shaq and Kobe.
No, not best version of Lakers. That's not what I meant to say. I mean best version since LeBron's been there.
It is the best that Lakers have been with LeBron there for sure.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm trying to get
at. The best that they could be with a LeBron.
Like, and I know they had the whole AD over there when they had Dwight Howard and they won the ring. I get that, but like looking at the team right now, as far as they got the young talent. Which you got that out the way with people talking about how they were older, because the Lakers at one point were an older team. Now they got young talent out there. They got their future franchise player in Luka. They got their center that they tried to get last season. That shit got reneged, and they had to go on back and get Dalton Connect back. Now you got your big man. You got Dalton Connect there. Even though you're not too sure what you're gonna do with him, It seems like you're relying on Austin Reeves. I mean, you got the pieces right now that LeBron, ideally, if you put him in the playoffs, he has the pieces now that should be able to take him on a run. So
I can see
they,
that.
they could make it. It's just gonna be very difficult. But I believe if you put LeBron in the position where he's gonna be in the playoffs, yeah, with this team, he could take it.
Yeah,
He could take
but
it.
yeah, I mean, Luka. This could also be like we started the conversation. This could definitely be Luka's MVP season. He has a chance again. LeBron being out, he could build momentum.
Oh, definitely have a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, I expect some big things from Luka.
Huge, I'm saying, because of the simple fact that coming off of Euro basketball, I always see it like the guys like Dennis Schroeder, they go overseas, came back, and all of a sudden they start getting a little bit more dynamic with their game. A little bit of Euro basket kind of carries over to the NBA. A lot of the times they add a little bag to them, whether it's going to be dribbling or whether they shoot the ball, whether like when it comes to how they play their play style. Luka's definitely going to be bringing that this year. So
Yeah, I
MVP,
agree.
I could see that good run for it. But with the Lakers though. A lot of, new faces, but a couple of old faces recently resurfaced and talked about, LeBron James. I did just allude to the fact that someone mentioned a recent teammate of his, how he kind of seems and comes off as fake. Russell Westbrook recently, now signed with Sacramento Kings, came out saying that he thinks LeBron's kind of fake. Mentioned how, he seems to be one way publicly and then privately differently in a sense is how he put it.
Russell Westbrook is a sorry guy right now, bro. He's just trying to figure. I mean, if it bothered you that much, don't say it at the height of all your controversy. Make sure you say it when it bothered you, because now it really just pulls back to more of an excuse of why you feel the way you feel towards Bron. If you were gonna publicly say it 3 years, 4 years down the line, 2 years down the line, you should have said it when it was going on, if you knew about it.
So I'm playing a little devil's advocate. Maybe he didn't want to say it because he felt the need that if he would have said it at that time in his career, he didn't want to get, I guess, maybe blacklisted in a sense.
Blackballed, bro. I mean that comes with you staying true to yourself. So if something bothers you, or if somebody's realistically not being real with you, do you sell yourself and be in an environment that you feel like it's successful? Do you make yourself feel uncomfortable, small, less than whatever statement he claimed LeBron James made of him, or however LeBron James made him feel? Do you just stay and take it, or do you fucking voice your opinions regardless of we watched DeAndre Ayton say he has never practiced with his teammates before. He was nearly crying for that. He voicing his opinions, and I think
You don't see no minutes.
yeah, no, he probably get traded soon. But regardless of the consequences of that is you being traded, I think it showed that you were allowed to be submissive during that time, just so you could wear the Laker uniform.
That's what I was saying.
And now you're remorseful of the fact that you allowed them to do that to you. Well, you allowed them.
It seems to be a common trend though. Like a lot of people tend to now. Time goes on, and I don't know if it's because of just the recent hype and just media and just you got streaming and just everything that's out there. Now it's just everyone's kind of coming out and just saying, yeah, I didn't like how I was treated when I was there, and this is how I felt at this time, and it's just like I'm seeing a lot of that like as a trend now. A lot of people just coming out. I don't know if it's surfaced now recently because you kind of mentioned that with the club Shay, how Cat Williams came out and let everything out the bag in a sense. So I don't know. I've been noticing a common trend with a lot of just tension and just people.
I just feel like people are using their digital platform to kind of lay a bad image for themselves after working so hard for your career just to make it to the NBA.
Yeah, I just
you're
think it
gonna
was
go ahead and
unnecessary.
tarnish your career, your legacy, by like giving somebody else power, whether they did you wrong or not. I think that's a sorry way to go about business right
Yeah, I
now.
think I don't know, and I don't know anything about when it comes to like playing a professional sport. Never played a professional sport in my life, but ideally, when I don't think at that point that's the professional sport thing. I think that's more of just as a person, like you mentioned, like you gotta stay true to yourself. Yeah, you gotta speak up, especially if you feel like it's like a job. I mean, the NBA is essentially like a job. If you're at a place of work and you feel uncomfortable, or you
They're
gotta
not
speak
doing
up.
you right. Yeah,
Yeah,
talk
you
up.
gotta say something. You
Talk
can't
up.
just roll with the punches.
Don't leave and then start talking. It makes no sense.
So ideally, if I was him right now, obviously, a lot of eyes are on him. Age, obviously, the stuff that went on with him getting, him requesting to be, or him being waived, and whatever, all that drama going on now, finally on the team. If I'm him, which I'm not him, but I'm not saying nothing. I'm just gonna play on the court and
I'm gonna focus on closing out the career with as strong as I possibly could.
yeah, that's it. Maybe if you can have one of those crazy ass seasons and just drop
Average a
numbers.
triple double.
You know what I'm saying?
Ended up with a triple
break some
double.
records for Sacramento Kings if you can at your age. You know what I'm saying? Do it if you can. Come out, go out with some good flowers type shit. Cause right now the shit is definitely coming downhill and it's coming downhill fast.
Oh, that's how it is. Shit triples downhill fast, big dog.
So if I was him, I would just be prepared and just push through.
Yeah.
All you can do at that point in time, my friend. That's really about it. But little things, going on in the league, some switch ups, new faces, new awards. Clutch Player of the Year came out not too recently. But we also got these new players winning awards. Dyson Daniels, recently he won the Defensive Player of the Year. There, my point being is that we're seeing a lot of players that
No,
are.
seriously though. Who the
He
hell
didn't
was
win
that?
the Defensive Player of the Year, but he did in fact average. I looked this up. I thought it was kind of interesting. He averaged in the modern day era more steals in the NBA than anyone else has in the modern day era. So this is obviously not going to like the Jordan era. This is more so like I'd even
2010 up.
20, yeah, about that, about 10 up, yeah.
I mean, respect to him. Kudos to him for being Defensive Player of the Year and or breaking records, steals records the way he has.
229 steals
I'm gonna have to
in
tune
76 games last season.
I'm gonna have to tune in to Dyson Daniels a tad bit more because I didn't even see him in like
Buddy on Atlanta Hawks
highlights
right now. But the reason why I bring that up is like I was just kind of curious when I saw this. I'm like, dude had 229 steals, all right, in last season in 76 games, but he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm just kind of curious.
Oh,
the
he
one that
didn't
won
win
it was Evan Mobley that won it last year.
Okay, he did.
So I'm trying to figure out like what is needed to win Defensive Player of the Year? Because obviously Draymond's won it before. Evan Mobley, I just mentioned, has won it before. Marcus Smart has won it even before as well. But it makes me wonder, like, if you break a record, like, as far as the modern day era and that many steals, how are you not named the Defensive Player of the Year? Like, what are you lacking? If and maybe there's some, deflections, and that's probably why.
I think it has to do also with points allowed. So whoever he's guarding is dropping buckets on him.
Okay.
Buckets. Yeah, he's getting 4 steals. Maybe 2 of them were almost turnovers that he just kind of like blocked off and stole it. But it doesn't seem like he is defending his player and stopping him from making impactful plays. So one of the defensive or one of those metrics that they look at is impactful defensive plays. Like they look at you being, you know how they do the top 10 best plays of the weekend or something?
Yeah.
Top 10 defensive plays of the year. And you got to be categorized in there as well. Like it's not just about averaging the steals.
Top 10 Defensive Players of the Year. Do they do that?
Well, it plays. Top 10 defensive plays of the weekend or of the week.
I was wondering if they do that though.
Yeah,
like
but you have to show up on that because what they do is they do top defensive player of the week, top defensive player of the month, top defensive player of the quarter.
Yeah.
And then if you don't show up there
I was
consistently,
saying top defensive plays if they have something like that.
well, they show it as highlights.
Okay.
Like dunks or something, things like that. Usually, typically, it's on scoring plays that they keep the highlights, but they do make highlights
Makes
on
sense.
defensive plays.
Makes sense.
But no, yeah, I think he just needs to. He needs more exposure, bro. Again, I didn't know who that person was. I didn't know he averaged that much. But yeah, he just needs better exposure out there. Like I don't know, be a little bit more work on your media a little bit, so we kind of.
So you think? I mean, nowadays everything's kind of revolved around media. I mean, you got when it comes to like even the All-Star game, I think the fans get a vote too. So I mean, if the fans essentially get a vote, that's in a sense favoritism, because I mean, if you got more fans that like a certain player, then that player is going to get voted.
Yeah.
And that player maybe only be getting voted because they just like that player. It may not even be because that player is a good player.
Yeah.
So
it goes back to like that performance image exposure. Like you can perform at a very good level, but if the other components are not there, I don't feel like he's gonna get the or put in the conversation he deserves to be in.
it's just crazy though. I mean, the Defensive Player of the Year awards have been kind of tossed all around. I mean, Evan Mobley, Jaren Jackson Jr., Draymond Green, Marcus Smart.
I genuinely feel like though, with the exception of Mobley, who I haven't seen much of, everybody you mentioned is an impactful defensive player. Like they're a voice on that court, on the defensive.
Yeah,
end.
Marcus Smart at one point. That was during that Celtics run.
That boy was a.
Yeah, he was a nightmare.
That boy was he was gritty with it. He was taking it for, he's diving for loose balls. He was stealing it and diving for it.
Yeah.
Like it just, these are, and then they're very like they communicate while playing defense. Pick left, pick right. Like these all things go into effect when you're being voted on by analysts or professionals that they're looking at all these technical forms of basketball.
Yeah, that's
like
when it gets really statistical.
Yeah, it's technical. It's real technical. Like it's like, how does he get over screens on defense? How well does he get stopped a lot on
I think
screens?
you hit the nail right on the head too when you said like how many points are essentially allowed when this player is guarding him. I think that's definitely something they look at, because I know teams look at how many points are allowed per game.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's probably something they look at the player level.
They're
as
probably
well.
cooking him on the defensive end.
Definitely. But I mean that's really all we have for the basketball piece today, man. I mean, I'm more excited to get these games going that's gonna be coming on tomorrow.
Sir.
I mean, I know we got your Warriors and we also have your Lakers. Well, not your Lakers, but Warriors and Lakers. We got Houston as well as with OKC, which that's gonna be crazy.
I'm excited.
That's diabolical because you know they got the banner raising, and then they got KD returning to OKC, and he gonna be seeing his banner raised at the franchise that he essentially started with when they were the Supersonics.
Adam Silver choreographed that like a
Man, I'm telling
WWE.
you, yo, right? Definitely, they're out here trying to definitely build narratives for sure. But I'm excited to see those games.
That's competitive. Who you think is gonna have that game in Houston and OKC?
Personally, I feel like it's probably gonna OKC. It's a banner night. You know, and the reason why I say that is because last year I argued when the Celtics had their banner night and they were facing my Knicks, I was thinking they were going to have the banner night get to their head. They were going to like not really focus. Man, I think they waxed us, and put up 20 on us. So I'm going with, I think OKC is probably going to definitely be back to business. They're going to be hype in the beginning, but I think they're going to be back to business and put up some points to win the game. I don't know if it's going to be a 20-point, 10-point, how much the lead is going to be, but I think they're going to come out with the win.
I'm gonna give it to Houston.
And it's at home.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna be devil's advocate and say KD's gonna come out and give us 30. Even if Houston loses this game, I think
KD can give you 30, no problem. But are they gonna win?
Game. Yeah, I think Houston's gonna KD. I think KD's gonna come out with the W. I think Houston's gonna come out with the W. But I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, I'm liking that. And, you know, we obviously want to pay some homage to the culture. Have you seen, dude, freaking Stephen A. Smith talking about he being in politics lately? People talking about he's president. Yeah, now I want to know, dude, for real.
I did see him make that ball statement.
Yo, I mean, this man is everywhere, dude.
He's bugging, bro.
I've seen him obviously on TV, First Take. He's got podcast, Sirius XM. I've seen him everywhere, but dude, now he's talking about politics.
Yeah, no,
he's taking that seriously.
He's worried about the wrong thing, man. He needs to focus on his podcast that he just started, which probably is doing fairly well, and he needs to focus on his ESPN contract. He's not. In my opinion, he's done nothing to be even talking in politics. There's no success record from Stephen A. Smith. He doesn't own anything besides his podcast.
I think it's just crazy, though. I mean, I feel like when it comes to people trying to do these presidents, and I'm not saying he's running for president, it's just people talking in the comments.
He did mention it, though.
But I have personally seen him in a lot of political talks, so I don't know if that means that's something that he's trying to maybe go down that lane, or that route because he's even in soap operas. I think he's in Young and the Restless, if I'm not mistaken. I heard he's literally in that show. So it seems like this man is just dabbling in almost anything that he can. So the point I'm making on that is that at what point do we start like putting an actual like I don't know, I guess more not stipulations, but more expectations of what I guess running for president really means in a sense.
I think we'll draw the line with Stephen A. Smith.
We just gotta draw a line somewhere.
No, I think we'll draw the line. Yeah, with
it's crazy, man. I mean, I've heard The Rock at one point running for president. I think I've heard so many different actors potential running for a presidency, and it's just like, damn, like, are we just like anytime this person's a public figure, like, boom, they should just be president? That's what it just seems like.
No, with Stephen A. Smith, we can go ahead and leave him in the media.
Like
I mean, he can do whatever he wants in every other realm that he's participating in. Shit, if he wants to go ahead and go into acting, I think he'd be a phenomenal actor.
Yeah,
but we'll draw.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah, we'll draw the line in politics for real.
Could you imagine presidents? What would they call him? They wouldn't even say President Stephen A. They'd be like President Smith.
I wouldn't have the drama capacity, the mental capacity to
just
be able
imagine
to put
though, if he became president, what's your first action? What do you
that'd be one of the first times I'd get up from my house to go vote to make sure.
But I'm saying I'm not saying if you went to go vote. I'm saying he was elected. Like, it's announced that your president is now Stephen A. Smith. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
I'm booking the next flight out to a different country.
Different country?
Yeah, and I'm gonna sit out for the next 4 years. Yeah. For sure, bro. You out of your damn mind if you think I'm gonna sit here.
Hey, well, you just make sure that we still doing this damn podcast.
Yeah, we'll be doing this thing virtually.
We gonna take that international for real.
God
at that
forbid,
point.
Stephen A. Smith. That's like my uncle being in politics, bro.
You don't want to see
that. Is tragic, dog.
Yo, Unc, what's good? How's it doing in the old house?
He's gonna be pulling so much towards his family or his benefits. Not even fun. You think Donald Trump is doing?
Bro, it's gonna be so crazy.
Shit?
There's gonna be the first ever, like, they're gonna be doing first take from the White House. Come on, bro.
Yeah, it'll be insane. He's great at what he does.
Man, and he can around with Secret Service.
Yeah, he can continue to expand, but we'll leave him in politics, dog.
That'd be something. But hey, man, that's about all I have for the episode, man. That's about it for the day. You know, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate y'all obviously having this conversation with me. It's always great. Everybody, I do appreciate y'all being with us. Obviously, you know, we are on Court and Culture.